Hi, I'm Dick Eit with Bites by Eit. We have an exclusive boutique catering company in Atlanta, Georgia, and we do parties up and down the eastern coast, from Tennessee to Manhattan, Greenwich, New Canaan, Nantucket, and then down to Florida. Today we're going to do a Nantucket special. It's a Nantucket sea scallops with a Chardonnay Beurre Blanc sauce with a little bit of spice to it. And then we're going to do smashed new potatoes with red pepper flakes, and we'll do a lovely salad with a red wine balsamic vinegar and extra virgin olive oil, finished off with a little Sicilian sea salt from Palermo. So let's begin. We'll start with getting the potatoes ready. We're going to cut those up, and then we will saute them and then finish them off in the oven and then smash them. We'll do the beurre blanc sauce next, and then we'll do the sea scallops. Okay, so let's begin. These are new potatoes. Last episode I did Yukon Gold potatoes. I like to mix them up, and I just love new potatoes. And you know, you can smash anything really that you want. It's getting that caramelization, it's getting that crunchiness that you want in the potato, the butter. It just makes it nice. And of course the red pepper flakes. So we'll mix these up. That was a bad piece there. Clean that up and sprinkle our extra virgin olive oil. That should be good. Sea salt and pepper. Mix this up thoroughly. That's good. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, saute them, and then stick it in the oven. Okay, so while we have the potatoes sauteing, we'll flip those over in a few minutes and we'll stick them in the oven. While we're doing that, we will make the beurre blanc sauce. So I like garlic, so I'm going to do one garlic and I'm going to do a shallot. I like shallots. We'll trim these guys up. I'll cook a little bit of nice Chardonnay, get that reduced down, and then I'll add the heavy cream. And I'll add the garlic, and then I'll add the butter, and we'll have our beurre blanc sauce. So with the scallops, you know, they have great flavor, right? And these are Nantucket ones, so they're high quality. But since I've been in Atlanta in the South for now close to 17 years, a lot of my clients like to have a little bit of heat to it. So I'll add a sprinkling of red pepper flakes. Now I have the red pepper flakes in the smashed potatoes, so I don't want to go too heavy with too many red pepper flakes, but again, it'll just, on both of them, will just be a little sprinkling of it. It won't be, nothing will ever be overpowering of it. I don't want my clients to get sick of it and like, oh God, you have more red pepper flakes. But I do like to have, in the South, a little bit of tickling in the back of your throat. I think it's sort of nice, and they like it. I have some clients that just adore heat, and too much heat for me, and for their guests. But when I cook for him, I always do a separate peppers that only he does, and dishes for him. So the rest of his guests don't want that, but he does. So it's like I'm making two separate salsas or side dishes for that. Okay, white wine, Chardonnay. Reduce that down. Get this started, and let me check on the potatoes. Clean as we go here, guys. So now for the scallops. All I'm going to do is add the Sicilian sea salt helicopter front side, and then add some nice pepper to it. Flip it over. And before I brought these out, I made sure that I patted them dry. I had them in a kitchen towel for an hour or so in the refrigerator so that they were very dry, which will help on the sauteing. If they're wet, I won't get the right caramelization. And these will take about 2 minutes on each side to cook. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. I'll turn down the heat on this to about 5. That's reduced about in half. Add the shallots. Let that cook a little bit. And we'll check on the potatoes. I can hear them sizzling. So you can see we're getting some pretty good color on this, which is what I'm looking for. So another couple of minutes, and then I'll throw these in the oven. I think I'll add a little bit more olive oil in there so it doesn't burn. I like using extra virgin olive oil. You could use an avocado oil, but I just like the flavor of extra virgin olive oil. Put that back on the stove top. 5 more minutes. My shallots and the wine is reducing. Let me turn the heat up just a tad. And then I'll add the cream. Okay, that's almost reduced all the way down. Heavy cream. Gotta love the heavy cream, right? And the butter. Does make for a nice sauce. Clean as we go. On this I'm on about 7. And I'll reduce the heavy cream down a little bit and then add the garlic. Bring these back over. We still have a few more minutes to go, but you can hear that nice sizzle. Another 2-3 minutes on that. Maybe I'll move the heat up one more. Yeah, I can hear it now. So it's starting to come to a boil now. I'll reduce it down, get a little bit thicker. I'll add the garlic to it. There's plenty of liquid in there, so the garlic's not going to burn. It'll be fine. And then I'll add the butter to it, and we'll have our beurre blanc. Another look-see at our potatoes. See if they're ready to go in the oven. Plop that in the oven. 400 degrees. Maybe 10-15 minutes, we'll see. My sauce is coming up nicely, and it's time to add the butter. I had the butter refrigerated. I do like butter, so I'll probably add maybe half a stick to 3/4 of a stick of the butter. And then when I finish with this sauce, I'll put it on the bottom of the scallops. I'll add some red pepper flakes on the bottom and put the scallops on top. So we're almost there. I'm gonna move the heat up just a little bit, and I'm going to get the next pot ready to go. Normally, if I wasn't going to use the red pepper flakes, I'd add black pepper to it, but I'm not going to add any pepper other than just the red pepper flakes. So you can see getting thicker. Okay, next we'll get the pan ready for I'm going to turn the heat up on this and add the extra virgin olive oil, and I'll get the butter ready. I'll baste it in the butter. Once the sea scallops, Nantucket scallops, are ready to go and they're cooked. Okay, the pan's up to heat, and we'll give it a little testy too. Hear the little sizzle there? Once I put the scallops on, I'm not going to touch them until I flip them. So don't get impatient. Have patience. 2 minutes is all you need. 2 minutes aside. I will move the oil around. Sort of like watching water boil, right? It never gets there, but we already have a minute gone. Another 60 seconds left to go, 65, and we'll be there. So we'll get a nice caramelization on the bottom, we'll have a nice caramelization on the top, put the sauce down, and you're done. So this dish, it takes 5 minutes to make the beurre blanc. It takes 5 minutes to make the Nantucket scallops. The longest thing is making the potatoes. And that's easy because you just cut them, saute them, put them in the oven, pull them out, and you're ready to go. We'll make a nice salad and a dressing. Easy peasy. You can serve these as either appetizers or as a main course. I do these as appetizers. I do a flash fried lobster as an appetizer. I do the crab cakes as an appetizer. But like I said, you can also do it as a main course. 8 seconds left to go, guys. Here we go. Now we'll flip it over and let's take a look. I flipped the first one over. It's not quite there yet. I'll move the heat up a tad more and do it another minute. You can see a little bit of the caramelization there, but not really enough. So I'm going to flip it back over. I'll get the lemon ready because I'll squeeze a little lemon juice on top. I'll roll it and cut it. And that'll be ready to be squeezed on top of the scallops. You can see the great caramelization that we've gotten so far. I added the butter, and now we'll just baste this just to give a little more butter to Nantucket scallops, like they need it, but it does make it quite yummy because we also have the beurre blanc sauce, and that is ready to go. I will plate up the sauce, put that down. I don't like my sauces too thick. I add more wine than most. I like it lighter and also sort of less caloric, more healthy. And then we'll add the scallops down. Nice caramelization. Then I'll add some red pepper flakes. Be very ginger with this from very high up. So it's just a slight dusting. And there we have our Nantucket sea scallops with Chardonnay beurre blanc sauce, a little bit of red pepper flakes. Go with our salad and our dressing. This is a Little Leaf Farms baby red and green. The beauty of Little Leaf Farms is that it's grown outside of Boston, Massachusetts. It's grown in a greenhouse, so there are literally no hands touching it. It grows in 12 to 14 days. They chop it and ship it the next day, so it's in the grocer within a day of it being cut. The advantage of that is that lettuce lasts about 2 weeks in your refrigerator. When you get lettuce from California, it has to be washed in chlorine and it's shipped. It takes 5 days, and you bring the lettuce into your house, you have some, you put it back in the fridge for a day or 2 days or 3 days, and it started to go bad. This will last so much longer because there's no chlorine being treated, it's not being washed, and there are no hands touching it, and they are baby greens, and it's shipped right away. So I love this lettuce. I will have a little bit of lemon juice, and then I'm going to use the red wine vinegar, a little red wine vinegar, a little Sicilian sea salt, cracked black pepper, mix this together, and then I'll add my extra virgin olive oil. When I make my dressings, they're always very simple, but what I look for is a little bit of the vinegar to just come in the back of your mouth, not anything to really hit you too hard. I'll add a little bit more vinegar to this. This is quite nice. And then take the lettuce. You can see how gorgeous this is. I'll take it and toss it. Just turn it over a few times. Ideally, I don't want to have any dressing left in the bowl, so a light coating to it. I'm going to add some Granny Smith apples to it to give it a little crunch, a little more flavor. And there's our Little Leaf Farms salad with our red wine balsamic. Potatoes came out of the oven. They're nice and fully cooked. I'll smash them. So they're all about the same height. Maybe half an inch, 1/4 of an inch. They may stick to the ramekin. Just take a knife and take it off there. But you can see the nice coloring, the caramelization of the potatoes. And we'll sprinkle some red pepper flakes on it. And then stick it back in the oven. Okay, so let's get the red pepper flakes. Sprinkle those on there. Not too much, just a little bit. And a little bit of the Sicilian sea salt from Palermo. Put them back in the oven, 5 minutes, and we'll be good to go. If you could tell, they were pretty crispy, and they'll just crisp up a little bit more. If you wanted to, you could add cheddar cheese to it. If you wanted to add butter to it, you could add some butter. Again, I'm trying to do it a little bit healthier, so you do what we can do. Make sure when you take the potatoes out, I put the saute pan in the oven so everything is hot. So make sure you take a kitchen towel, grab it with that, keep it on there. Don't ever take it off, because you don't want to make the mistake of losing attention and grabbing this and burning yourself. So they've been in 5 minutes. They have a nice colorization, nice caramelization, and these are a big hit. And we'll plate these guys up, move this away, clean as we go, and there you have it. Nantucket sea scallops with a Chardonnay Beurre Blanc sauce, a little bit of red pepper flakes, smashed new potatoes, Little Leaf Farms, red and green leaf lettuce, Laconico, red vinegar, extra virgin olive oil. There you go. Simple, healthy, and very tasty. Enjoy.